We're back.
Fucking rocking. I like that intro more and more. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I do, man. I dance every time it pops on.
For me, I hear the intro like the first like 6 seconds, and then it just kind of drops. So that's why I was so pissed at JT a couple months ago. It's like, dude, it sounds like ass. And then I listened to the actual cast, and it's okay. So it's just whatever's on my end is. I think it hits a threshold, and it just drops, and it sounds like it's underwater for some reason.
It's too badass for your internet signal or whatever.
Apparently, which is funny because that's where I made it, but whatever.
Awesome. We're kind of back.
We are. This is an impromptu. Dan actually didn't know we were going live until I said, "Hold on, I'll see you guys after the intro," and I hit the button.
Yeah,
but, we're back. StreamYards has done some updates. We got little bubbles now instead of blocks.
Oh.
I like the bubbles. We're
I
rocking.
did not even notice that.
Today we're here to talk about Wonder Woman 1984, the Christmas present that was given to us from DC and HBO Max. And as the most positive guy on this podcast when it comes to movies, I tend to like a lot of stuff. There's a reason this went to HBO Max. 100%. There's a reason this was given to us.
They didn't give us a gift receipt, so
I can't,
take it back and get some socks or some coal. Like anything that would be infinitely more useful and pleasurable than this movie.
Oh man,
but Max, it gave you wishes.
I wish I had never seen the movie. Spoilers. I guess it's you don't have to wait till the end to find out that I hated it.
Oh, it does say spoiler alert.
Well, damn it! You've ruined the whole review now, Max.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching us live, take a second and do not give us a thumbs down. Give us a thumbs up. Like the video. Love us. But no, if you're watching us live,
or not,
comment. Let us know what you thought. If you actually enjoyed this movie,
yeah, I need to hear from somebody.
I want to hear from you 100%. So
tell me why.
Yeah, explain it to me, because apparently this is some Nolan shit that went over my head or something.
Whoa.
I mean, I did devote 12 hours to it, or at least that's how long I felt like I was sitting on the couch.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's get into it, right? The opening scene is young Diana. Again, it's like little girl Diana on Themyscira, and I was like, we don't need this already.
But we do.
Go ahead, Dan.
I like that scene, actually. Like, I thought it was really well done. I didn't like, flash forward like 5 hours, I didn't really like how they shoehorned the whole moral of that scene at the ending. I thought that was like ham-handedly done.
The thing that got me though is it reminded me of Arrow. If you watch season 1 of Arrow, they're on the he's remembering stuff that happened on the island, and then he's off the island, and then season 2 comes around, and you're like, okay, we're past the island because he's off of the island. No, we're gonna keep going back, and so in the first movie they had some scenes with young Diana, and I guess they felt like for this to tie into the first one, it has to have some of the same things, so they have another young Diana, but I'm like, she was other ages other than either 8 or 30. There was there's other times in her life. So I wish they would have gotten a little bit older Diana, I guess, if they're gonna do that. You just show did she learn all of her life lessons when she was 8 and then just remembering them now that she's 30? I don't get it.
I agree. I thought the scene was fine. I don't think the scene needed to be there, but the intro is not my issues with this movie by any stretch of the imagination. But no,
you got that intro out, and then now the movie's only 2 hours and 20 minutes long.
If you cut the intro out, I just like it completely less because it was the whole mall scene Oh, can I skip ahead? Or are we still on the?
Oh, no, it's all spoiler alert, so you're fine. Yeah.
Okay. The whole mall scene when the guys are like stealing stuff. These are like the most inept criminals ever. 100%. And then, as soon as as this part happened, I knew this movie was going to be a horrible treat for my brain. When the one thief grabs the kid and some random dude that's sitting on the same little, I don't know, bridge or balcony as them just goes, oh no, for like 5 or 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck.
But then also it's like, why? Okay, so you grab the kid, right? And he has no knife and no gun, right?
He's got a gun.
He had a gun, right? So instead of holding the gun to the kid, he decides he's going to dangle the kid over the balcony.
Yeah.
Now, I'm like, you're not putting yourself in a position to use this hostage as well as you could. It's either
what's the exit plan at this point?
Exactly. Exactly.
You're gonna get a helicopter, drop you a rope, and then like pull you up as you hold the child.
And no, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. It doesn't make any sense. And it was so dumb. That mall did look very 80s though.
Yeah, but I saw a better mall in Stranger Things. That had probably like a fifth of the budget of this.
But like I also don't know why they had to make this a period piece in 1984.
It's because
the 80s are in, sir.
DC, you know how they are. The 80s are in, so they made a movie in the 80s.
Yeah.
But years after,
I just don't understand why this movie needed to be made in 1984 because that makes this movie a prequel now, and I hate prequels.
Well, I gotta say the mall scene was like the one scene in this movie that I enjoyed.
Oh, great!
Okay, so like, also, it's like you got a fucking like a high-end black market jeweler in a mall next to the JC.
You'd be surprised, man.
Room that's like the fucking Louvre or something like that. You know, like it's they got the Smithsonian and behind the crap jewelers at the mall. Like,
okay, hold on. Now, I come from a relatively small town, all right? But the next bigger town over had a mall. And one day, the steakhouse out front got raided because it was a drug front. So it does happen.
Drugs, I get, but high-end antiquities? Come on.
Fair enough. I mean, like somebody over in the rallies has the drugs, so you got to put the high end stuff next to the JCPenney's.
I was like, okay.
I mean the mediocre fence is by Sears, so
that's the good stuff's by the JCPenney. Oh my God.
Exactly.
I want to take 1 second. For some reason, the comments aren't coming through on our screen, but Mick is watching us live while he is live doing his own podcast. So he's got us up on one screen, and he's got his show going on. Yeah. So I want to just say, what's up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in. I was watching your show before we went live.
Us because you're doing your own podcast.
Yeah, probably. That's fair.
But thank you anyway.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. The main problem I have with this movie is that it is so long. And it drags, so it feels like it's even longer than it is. Like, time slows down as you watch this movie.
Yeah, I think this movie could have been cut down about 10 minutes. Jarvis?
Two 10 minutes? Yes.
Jarvis Cocker, great name. Wonder Woman raped a guy. We are going to get into that. Just don't you worry. But
all right. So in the black market antiquity store next to the JCPenney, there is this rock, and it's just a rock. But this is a magical wish granting rock that actually works. So yeah, like the whole movie revolves around this thing, and then it's like they don't really establish the rules of it.
No.
but mostly it's just everyone gets one wish from The Rock, and it'll grant it, but it'll take something away also. And what got me was they're like, "Oh, it's like the monkey's paw." They say it's like the monkey's paw so much. I don't know why they didn't just use the monkey's paw.
But it's not like the monkey's paw because that was a competent story. Well,
but The Rock works like the monkey's paw. I don't know what, like, they might have just had a monkey's paw because like they explain it as a monkey's paw so many times. I would have rather than just have it.
When John, Mike, and I were doing our best of 2020, I said that this is like the new Catwoman.
Yeah, I don't know because if I would rather watch. I think Catwoman was shorter, so I'd rather watch that.
I think so, and that's sad.
Because I mean, from what I hear, Catwoman can be one of those. It's so bad you can get a chuckle out of it. Wonder Woman's problem is it's boring. The whole movie is boring, and I love Chris Pine. I love Gal Gadot. I really like the first movie. This movie serves no purpose. Literally, like really nothing happens when it's all said and done.
No, and it has so many. It has so many like smack yourself in the head moments. We'll get to these because I don't want to jump too far ahead. But
all right, so Wonder Woman accidentally makes a wish, and she doesn't actually even voice her wish. She's like, I know what I would wish for, and she like looks longingly back and thinks of Steve Trevor, but she never actually makes the wish. So there's that one, and then Kristen Wiig, who ends up being Cheetah at the end of it, who is like a B DC villain anyway. She wishes that she could be more like Diana Prince, who is actually Wonder Woman. So she starts becoming Wonder Woman. And it, like, I don't even know what to say. Freaking.
Like the content of the wish varies, though. That's the weird part. Because the Cheetah lady, she didn't want to be like Wonder Woman, with the powers. She wanted to be like, business savvy. I speak 50 languages and no artifacts on site lady.
Yeah, but it makes sense if she gets the Wonder Woman powers because you can't have one. Like Diana is all of these things. She's also she's incredibly smart. She speaks 30 languages and she can punch through a brick wall. Yeah. So that didn't bother me so much, but like she wishes for Steve Trevor back, and he doesn't really come back. His soul like inhabits some random dude, and the whole time they quantum leap it. Like Diana and Steve Trevor see Steve Trevor like when or he doesn't really see himself ever. So but when he's looking in a mirror, he sees the other guy whose body he's snatched. And I'm like, well, did they just send that dude to hell? Like what? Where's consciousness right now? And like as Jarvis says, Wonder Woman bangs this dude. So I'm not saying that he would complain about it, but he was never given the option. And in the age of consent, I can't believe that they would do this.
Like they've covered this in I know you're gonna love this, Max, but they've covered this in Supernatural. All right, where the angel guy comes and he takes over this his host body. Like that dude's horribly depressed. His family's extremely pissed. Like it's where's this guy's wife and kid? I mean, he's just like traipsing around, banging Wonder Woman against his will.
Well, to be fair, we don't know if it's like have a conversation. Like Steve, like you're not you. Like you're somebody else. Yeah, but he's not gonna care. And
the whole time, Wonder Woman and we're even putting aside the rape. The whole time, she is totally okay with him just taking over this dude's life. Like she would 100% live until that dude died. Happy that Steve Trevor had taken over his life.
He's in the back of his mind, but he can't say anything. It's like being John Malkovich,
Yeah, dude. what the fuck? Like, that is the most fucked up thing. Like, you talk about like the most arrogant, stupid thing about the movie. Like, how can she do this to a person?
That is not the most arrogant, stupid thing in the movie. That's coming up later.
Well, I mean, like for Wonder Woman, like she's supposed to be this hero. She's supposed to be this like she learned the lesson when she was 8. You got to be truthful. Well, how true is it when you snatch somebody else's body? Like, I'm not walking around in my body. So like that's the one major problem I had is like, okay, so he's just some other dude who apparently also, like, we'll get into it later, but the dude just apparently knows how to fly a jet because that's a thing.
We could just retrofit this in the next movie, and like he becomes a villain because she stole his body and did things with it.
That would be awesome. I would dig that. Because
he's got like some kind of post traumatic stress, and he becomes like some kind of mastermind or something.
Fuck the demon.
Yeah, I gotta say, StreamYard, I really like the new comment setup too. Good on you.
Yes. What's up, Solid? But yeah, possess Snoo. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And how does she not kill him with Snoo? Also, like, I don't understand how Wonder Woman doesn't kill people with that.
Because the Wonder Woman and Superman comic didn't really go over well, so they had to.
All right, so the next worthless scene is the whole getting dressed scene that should have been a montage with like 80s music blasting, and instead of that, they're just like, you know what? We like to see what's the actor's name?
Chris Pine.
We like to see Chris Pine riff. So because he's such a great comedian that this would be really good. So. We'll just play the whole footage of him, like including the time it takes him to actually change the clothes.
Yeah.
And we'll just play that whole thing as a block of 20 minutes in the movie.
It's like they thought they got the guy from Deadpool.
They're
like, oh shit, it's Chris Pine. Damn it. Sorry.
I've had conversations with John about this. I'm pretty sure Max as well. But streaming just like when this movie decided they were going to push it to streaming to just give up on editing. Because, like, streaming movies always feel longer. Like, they feel like there's unnecessary stuff thrown into the movie. Like, if this had been in theaters by itself, would we have gotten this? Would it have been tighter? Or, there's other movies with the same argument.
I think the runtime was the runtime. Like, I think this was the movie that I show you. Like, unfortunately.
Because this wasn't like a 3-hour cut or anything.
Yeah.
It feels like a 3-hour cut, but it's not.
This makes me weep for the Snyder Cut. I don't even know if I'll be able to make it through that thing.
Dude, I didn't make it through the first cut, so.
All right. So.
This isn't like the other movies either, though. Like the other movies, even Batman v Superman, there's at least cool scenes sprinkled throughout, like when Batman's in the warehouse trying to save Martha.
Yeah,
that is awesome. We never got that. This is awesome scene in this movie.
What are you talking about? That was the mall. It was the mall scene.
Yeah. Oh no! That's the only takeaway that I got from that whole scene.
My favorite part is when they're flying, and if you're quiet enough, you can hear little Bruce Wayne screaming that his parents were just shot. That was the best part of the movie.
Oh, jeez.
Podcast members keep starting fights online about this movie.
It was only one podcast member, and I went to her defense. And she's more of a social media liaison than a podcast member.
Let's just distance ourselves from the fighting people.
Has no affiliation with that person.
Who?
It was Cosmic Comics or something, like some whack job news site. Like we got this covered that she was commenting on. Yeah, they got some fun people over there.
Oh, okay. Freaking
Scott's just derailed the whole thing.
Yeah, the next
thing. Thanks, Scott.
I thought was just absolutely fucking terribly out there with so they need to get to Cairo, right? So they go to the Smithsonian and just steal a jet that's hanging out on an airfield at the Smithsonian. And it's got fuel in it.
Yes.
and it's got enough fuel to make it to Cairo and back.
What if the Smithsonian directors need to go somewhere in a hurry?
And then the most ridiculous part, more ridiculous than that. Love you too, Scott.
Go watch Cobra Kai.
Yes, it's good.
Fucking Steve Trevor just magically knows how to fly a jet. Now I understand, like, he knows the mechanics of flying, but exactly how to, I'm gonna flip all the right flips and do all the things that I need in my pre-flight checklist is already fucking done. Let's go. He just knows how to fly the jet.
But what's the line, Max?
Huh?
What's the line that he says about that?
I don't even know. I don't even remember.
It's the whole.
Sorry.
What Dan said.
Go. No, it's the whole. It's just you got to feel the air and that fucking line. Put a bookmark in that shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I do when I jump off the roof of the house. I like to feel the air.
Yeah. You just think about flying and you just feels right, and that's how it works.
And I don't like that they just give Wonder Woman extra powers.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. I mean, she got her extra powers from her lover, which I think is the most stupid and arrogant thing the whole movie does. But yeah, I love that she runs away from him in that awkward, like, teenage way, like and then she just like jumps in the air and she suddenly knows how to fly because it's easy.
Okay, she's great. She learns how to fly in this one, but she can also turn things invisible. And
that's right.
She can throw the lasso of truth faster than light.
Yes, and she can pick up Thor's hammer and
okay. Black Widow versus Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman obviously wins. She can throw a lasso faster than light through the Black Widow.
If you're talking movies, I can't imagine what Black Widow being any worse than this.
No, it can't be worse. It can't be worse.
It can only go up from this. Let's catch up on these Facebook comments real quick. George 3 writes, "Not really. Steve actually flipped a few wrong buttons,
but the jet didn't explode.
That is fair.
So those
or kill everybody.
Wrong that the jet fucking exploded."
And then Abby, I don't know why your comment's not showing up on my feed, but Abby writes that movie was horrible. We made our boys watch it despite their protest. Then I had to set a good example for my kids to sit through it too. I wanted to cry. Just another awful DC movie. They have quite a record with me.
All right, George the Third has put something else on there. So she's still learning all of her powers from the comics. So she can turn things invisible in the comic books.
Yeah, the invisible jet, right?
No, but she didn't turn that invisible.
Sure, she did.
No, it was made invisible for her. That's she can
I don't know, dude.
She can never throw the lasso faster than light. I know that for a fucking fact. Okay?
Max, if we've learned anything, DC doesn't read the comic books.
Yeah, that's very true. Like,
I mean, in the first one, she couldn't fly, but she could do that thing. And I was like, what is that thing? What is that? I don't even understand.
She's from Wakanda.
Why are they giving her extra power? Like, she's not already badass. Like, they got to do extra shit. I don't understand this.
Can't Wolverine shoot fire or something now? Wasn't that a thing?
Balls are on fire.
Oh,
is that real?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
the comic books, they got to keep coming up with stuff to write. It's like soap operas. We're talking the movies. We've never seen this stuff. Give us good stuff.
But no, all that shit's stupid. Okay, Pedro Pascal as Max Lord.
Horrible. And I like Pedro Pascal.
I like him too. I like him a lot.
I thought he was horrible.
I think he needed to be reined in a little bit, but I mean, he got the greasy asshole right.
I mean, like, I don't like feeling bad for the villains. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, Pedro Pascal, he's like a bad dad, and eventually I don't like that stuff where, like, he can't just be an asshole.
To be fair, his kid's an idiot.
That's true.
Like, I can't stand that kid. It's like the worst character in the whole movie.
I mean,
he's not a real character. He's just it's a cardboard thing to come out and be like, "Oh, Daddy, you're not here," or I hate that.
That movie could have got Baby Yoda.
That movie would have been fun. Boring. At least it's fucking quiet.
The movie was so boring. I forgot there was a kid in the movie.
Oh my god. Yeah. He's
much better than Mando.
He's only in it for like 35 minutes out of this 4-hour thing, so he's easy.
Yeah, and Pedro is way better in Mando.
He's way better in everything else he's been.
I mean, I think he probably did this the way that they wanted him to. So
yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like he was at the tens. Like he was just kind of giving it everything. And like a little bit of overacting, but like I feel like the movie called for it because there's no anything else going on. Like
no. I mean, if somebody has to chew the scenery, I would rather it be him than anybody else in this movie.
What gets me too is so like Pedro or Max Lord, who is like, I mean, I don't think he's a B-level villain in DC. I feel like he's a junior Lex Luthor, but still pretty badass. Yeah. And they kind of just ruined that character.
Yeah.
I never knew that was an actual character, so I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, he's an actual character. The good storyline with him is he takes over. He mind controls Superman and starts Superman on a rampage. Wonder Woman has to fight Superman and then kills Max Lord because there's no other way to stop him from controlling Superman.
Oh, nice!
That would have been so much better. And that this whole thing is most likely ruined now.
That's the other thing that I was thinking like halfway through this boring movie because my brain had to think of other things. Where the hell's everybody else? I mean, I realize that it's 1984. I don't care.
Superman isn't on Earth yet.
And to be honest, we don't know what DC's doing. They don't even know what they're doing. So we have no idea where the movie fits in any kind of timeline.
Okay. Then that's why it's 1984. So it conveniently gets everybody else out the way.
Yeah, prequels. Bullshit.
Not always, but I mean...
So what gets me too is like Max Lord, he starts granting everyone on Earth their wishes, right?
Yeah.
But everyone on Earth has a ridiculously selfish wish. There's no one who like wished cancer away. Like there's no one who wished like world hunger was gone.
No, because everybody on the world loves Ayn Rand here. That's your one philosophy reference a year. There you go. But it's just
What about the slow, weird transformation of Cheetah? Come on, it's almost as bad as Princess Leia flying in space after the bridge blows up.
Princess Leia, Mary Poppins was awesome. I was 100% down for that, and you can fight.
It's very tranquil.
But so this is how I say like there's no real established rules for the wishing rock because Cheetah gets 2 wishes. And nobody else gets 2 wishes. Wonder Woman didn't even make hers really, and so like none of this shit really adds up. They use the cats. I think the cats animation on Cheetah, and it's still terrible.
Selwyn says DC is a raging dumpster fire at this point. To be fair, I liked Wonder Woman 1.
To be fair,
Aquaman was okay. I loved Shazam. I loved the Joker. This is the first one in 5 that's really like hit the skids and blew up and then exploded. I really like the show Titans and Doom Patrol.
No, we're not talking about TV.
No. I mean, we could bring in, the animated movies if you like to make that ratio a little wider.
Oh God. Anyway,
it's my fault. I went into this movie because, like I said, I really liked the last 2 movies they made, Shazam and the other, Joker, and they got me. I got
the
excited
Joker,
for this.
I don't count.
No.
In the continuity or anything.
No, it doesn't count. I'm just saying DC comics.
Okay, that's fair. Like the Joker was okay. Yeah, that's fine. But I mean, it was basically just Taxi Driver, though.
And Taxi Driver meets the King of Comedy, which if you haven't,
comedy,
I highly recommend it, especially if you like the Joker.
But this guy Adam Yuskis. What did he say earlier? The whole movie was pretty weak versus the first one. Okay, I was a huge fan.
That's great.
I didn't hate it, but this movie makes the first one look fucking stellar. Like,
I saw the first movie with my daughter, and it's the first comic book movie she's really like grasped onto. And it was cool watching her be able to relate to the person on screen. And I really liked the first Wonder Woman. And
yeah, it was all right.
I can't believe this movie's made by the same team. I cannot believe it.
There's like, oh my god, like the conflict is like, there's no real reason for it. Like,
no. I mean, the comedy isn't really funny.
No.
Because they're like, oh look, we're gonna put dude in a bunch of outfits, and oh look, it's an '80s mall, isn't that cool? And and the action scenes are just kind of meh to me.
Yeah,
and the plot makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, how about when Wonder Woman lassos an RPG and uses it to fly?
Whoa, George, The Cable Guy is a great movie.
That's your thing. That's like your fucking opinion.
That's debatable.
It is. I love The Cable Guy. It's so relatable.
But I would put this movie below Batman Forever, but above Batman and Robin.
I don't know, because Batman and Robin had a ton of bad puns that made me kind of giggle.
That's true.
This was just boring as shit.
That's right. I would actually, I would rather watch Batman and Robin because it's shorter.
Yeah, and this commits the cardinal sin that movies shouldn't do: be boring. Be so utterly bland and boring.
Yeah.
So, and even their animation man has slipped.
Yeah, you haven't been watching, bro. You haven't been watching. If you can still say that with a straight face, yeah, nah, man.
Batman Ninja.
No, see, DC. So when DC did this wonderful thing where they announced that all of their movies take place in a multiverse, so they don't even have to care about continuity anymore because it's somewhere else. That's all you need to worry about. It's somewhere else.
So continuity's out the window. I'm down for this, okay? Because like comic books, like that's fine. But make a good movie. I don't want to see this crap. What is this?
I'd rather spend 12 hours watching Independence Day 2 on repeat.
Oh my god.
That's how bad I was bored.
I would watch Independence Day 2 the first time versus watching this movie again.
the first time.
I refuse to watch that piece of trash. This movie is so bad. I wanted it to be good. Like I dug the first Wonder Woman movie. It was okay. I liked the Aquaman movie, and that had a bunch of problems. But I had fun, that's the whole thing, right? Like if you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
This had nothing. It had nothing. There's no super sweet action scenes. The villain isn't really a villain.
No.
And they wasted a good actor on it, and they wasted a good part. I mean, yeah.
The one thing
I think, as I was watching it, I'm gonna have to agree with George here. As I was watching it, the only thing that didn't make me like erupt in a rage was that I did not spend any money on it.
I almost
it's
left
Mulan again.
This movie was so boring. I almost got off the couch and left.
Yeah,
I almost walked out of the living room.
I was like, wow, for Jason, because like we're watching it together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, this dude's gonna leave? Like how do you not get hit? Like, if you can't make Jason like the movie, you're really fucked up.
Okay.
The one good thing about this movie, is at least Mario Brothers. You can see Bob Hoskins just try and act while he's drunk. It's great.
No, sorry. Which one's worse? One is worse. I would rather watch Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah, I would much rather. But no, at least Max Lord didn't like jump into a giant cybernetic suit at the end to have a giant fight off thing.
Yeah, I would take the cybernetic suit over the ending that we got. Speechy lasso ending.
I mean, I would take that if he accidentally falls over on his son.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be nice.
It would be dark and awesome. Dude, this guy, hey man, Rock Sculptures. Dude, I dare you to watch the movie. I double dog dare you to watch this movie.
See, at least with Super Mario Brothers, now maybe quality-wise, maybe they're on the same level, but at least with Super Mario Brothers, there's moments that you can laugh at or
No, Super Mario Brothers is so bad, it's good.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's just bad.
It's boring. This movie is boring.
And you have, if it's a superhero movie, like, that is absurd. It's absurd. This woman can fly. She can, like, throw a tank, and you made a boring movie? Like what is going on?
I remember when Disney almost bought the WB. It was like last year or the year before. I was excited. I'm like, finally, these DC characters will be somewhere that'll take care of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying every Marvel movie is a home run, but even their worst movies are still somewhat watchable.
Yeah.
More watchable than this, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. I will sit through the entire Marvel movie catalog right now versus watching Wonder Woman ever again. Like, it's not... Go for it.
Adam, I had read online that the mid-credit scene was so awesome that you had to watch it. It was what saved the whole movie.
My God!
Oh, yeah.
I rolled my eyes. I didn't understand why. I mean, I understand it's the original Wonder Woman. She's great, but why was that like the one thing that made this movie?
And why couldn't you put that scene in the movie? I don't understand like why you had to wait around. Like, you already waited 8 hours for the movie to be over, but then you got to wait another fucking 45 minutes while these credits are rolling, and then in the middle of it, there's just a little throwaway scene of old Wonder Woman, and I'm like,
the movie ended, and I was messaging you guys, and then that started, and I'm like, oh God, there's more.
No, turn it off. Okay, and, it's. I would have rather you had, what's her name? What's the actress's name?
Gal Gadot?
No, the original Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter, right? So Gal Gadot is explaining the golden armor with the wings. Whatever, dude. Empire was the second movie. That shit's awesome.
Well, he's saying the second movies usually set up a third movie, and this movie did not set up a third movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll agree with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Off the handle there. But you could have had Linda Carter in the movie when Wonder Woman is explaining the story of this armor that she, this ceremonial badass armor that she got.
Yeah.
Like, the last Amazon had to hold the line, and while the world of men attacked them while they escaped to Themyscira, and you could have just had Linda Carter CG'd up being a badass. Like, why not? You don't need this fucking extra scene. Make me sit here even longer to see it. Lincoln, best part. No. It was throwaway. Throwaway.
That's fair, George. If you liked it, good on you, man. I'm glad that you found something in this movie that you could hold on to when you left.
In the middle of the movie.
That's fine, but at least he liked the scene because, like I said, the mall is the best I can pull from liking. That's the only thing I remember about this movie. To be completely honest with everybody that we're talking to, like I forgot the boy. I almost forgot how it ended, which pretty much ended just erasing everything that had happened.
It ended with that kid going, I wished you back, Daddy, and you showed up. And he was like, no, don't ever say wishes again. And then Springy the Spring Sprite is like, no, Springs. And then
thanks for the subscribe, man. And also, if you guys are watching us live, then there's a lot of you, and we thank you for that. Please hit that like button.
Adam, I'm digging these comments. Okay, to win the fight, Wonder Woman holds Cheetah underwater, which is okay. The cats don't like water, but then the water gets electrocuted, and Wonder Woman is totally fine wearing a giant conductor.
Yep. Well, she's a god. Yeah.
It's like, all right, but so was Cheetah. She had wished to be a god. Like she was. Yeah. Whatever.
And she's not dead. Dude, I was looking up reviews about this because I just wanted to see what people said. And there was one that was like, oh man, I hope the sequel has all of these actors in it. And I was like, oh God.
Poor soul who hurt you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This movie was bad. And
I so wanted this to be awesome. You know,
I don't walk into a movie wanting to hate it. Okay, not any movie. There's no movie I want to go in there like, man, I hope I have 83 problems with this movie. Like I want to have fun. I want to enjoy what I'm watching. And I was even like, I'm not trying to see any reviews. I'm not trying to see anything beforehand to influence my opinion of the movie because I want to like it. And no, I couldn't do it.
I mean, this movie had everything going for it. I was able to bring my expectations down a little bit when I started seeing the reviews come through. But, I mean, I didn't pay to watch this movie. And for me to be mad that I wasted 13 hours, at least what felt like 13 hours watching this, when I could have watched Soul on Disney Plus instead, which I've heard that's
Soul's all right.
The better.
I still need to watch that.
Which we'll do a review on that some other time. Yeah. But
it's a shame. It's a shame. And I don't want to see superhero. I feel like, like there's this big boom of superhero movies, and now we're like at the end of it where like they're all shitty. No one really gives a fuck anymore, and we're not gonna get good movies. That just makes me sad.
I don't think they were there.
I feel like we are.
Why? Was it Wonder Woman?
Well, it's not just Wonder Woman though. It's like,
but that's the way that DC has been for years.
Yeah, it's like DC.
Sadly.
Okay, you're talking. I thought you meant all of comics movies.
I agree with Shazam and Joker, but everything else has sucked. So
yeah.
It's a one-trick pony. It's like let's make everything into Batman.
I'm excited with
except for Wonder Woman. We'll make that into Catwoman.
I look forward to Marvel's Six Fist Punch that's coming soon. Like the next 6 months, we get a Marvel product.
And we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. But, like, I'm not hopeful. This movie has drained me of all hope.
No. Well, wish for it back, Max.
Where you start to lose.
This movie has ruined it for all studios to making comic book movies for Max.
Yeah, like, how could they let this happen? How could a room of 10 people...
Okay, fine. I mean, this is bad, but it's not Daredevil. I mean,
that's better.
I would rather watch Daredevil than
this. I would too, 100%.
How
director's cut.
Soon did you watch Daredevil before this? I mean,
I watched the director's cut. Ben made me watch it. Like, okay, I guess it has been like 8 years.
Yeah, watch that shit now.
I would rather watch Daredevil. At least it's shorter.
I don't think it is. The director's cut? I don't think it is.
Oh man! All right. So I'm gonna give this movie 1 out of 3 geeks. I'm sorry I watched it. I got nothing else.
I got it. God, I see. I know that a lot of work goes into making a movie. Like I understand it takes years of somebody's lives, and when I sit down to watch a movie, I can usually cling on to something that makes my viewing experience pretty positive in the end. And I couldn't do it with this movie. I couldn't. Like, even in Independence Day 2, like, I got to see Jeff Goldblum on the screen. Yay. That was positive. So I could give that 1 out of 3 geeks. I got to give my first 0 out of 3 geeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's nothing in this movie for me to cling on to, and I hate that because
I didn't even realize 0 is an option. I give it 0 too.
I like Patty Jenkins a lot. Like, as a director, she's great.
I don't know what the fuck happened to this movie. I don't know what the fuck
this happened. Movie feels like studio interference, but
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that either.
No.
Dan, what do you give it?
It's rare to see like a big budget movie just miss the mark so badly that it's not even fun to watch. This reminds me of those late 90s thrillers that came out like after Scream and stuff. I'm not talking like I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm talking like what the hell was that one? Shit. Any of the number of like the covers with like the 5 people on it just standing there looking weird and it has a dumbass title. Yeah, that's late 90s, early 2000s for you. Yeah. But I mean, this is just so bland. It gets a 0.5 because I'm not giving it a 0 because 0 is memorable. Like Zero is like Batman Ninja shit.
Dude. I will remember it as the 12 hours of my life I'm never getting back.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm going to stick with Zero.
Plus the nightmares I had the next night, like I was watching it again.
When we're done with this, let Max regale you of stories of Batman Ninja.
It'll be more interesting than Wonder Woman.
I haven't seen
that too
yet. So what you're saying is that I saved a few hours of my life. Yes, you did, George.
Absolutely.
Yes, you did. But if you're ever in a situation where you have to go to a deserted island, the only two movies you could take is Wonder Woman 2 or Independence Day 2. You grab onto that Independence Day 2 as hard as you can. And you enjoy it.
It's your inflatable life wrap, buddy.
Just at least Bill Pullman gets another speech.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
I mean, you got that. Something to motivate you while you're on this island.
God.
But hey, I want to thank everybody. The numbers tonight have been tremendous. We appreciate you guys. Feels good to be missed, and you guys definitely showed that you are missing our content.
No, they're probably still watching Wonder Woman. They're like, anything is better than this.
Yes. Oh,
yes, I can recommend a lot of good stuff. Cobra Kai being one of them. What a great
go watch Cobra Kai.
What's that, Dan?
Go watch Cobra Kai.
Yes.
I watched that. I watched the latest season of Letterkenny, and I watched the Doctor Who Christmas special. All of which is better than this.
Oh my God, miles better than this. Like this doesn't even deserve to be in a conversation with some of the other stuff Dan just mentioned.
I would rather forego media and work on my car than watch this movie again.
Yeah, you like working on your car.
I mean, like it's
no.
better to even have nothing than to have this. Like I wish they would have never made it.
Yeah, if you got somebody who's popping on Wonder Woman, just go in the other room, paint a little sliver on the wall, and just watch it dry while they're in the other room watching Wonder Woman. You'll get the same experience.
No, I think you'll have more fun because you'll know that they're out there watching Wonder Woman.
And if I don't like this movie, you know that it's not great.
And you're being artistic.
Right.
See?
Hey, you can feel good that you created something.
There is nothing I can follow that up with. So from all of us at 3 Geeks Podcast, we'll see you guys Sunday. Have a great day.
Recycle your droids.
Yeah.
Hi.